you again. I am Nok. Today I will use my homemade tofu to make a spicy dish made with many vegetables. Not spicy, not me. Let's do it.
Today, Nak is using yucca cane flowers, known locally as flor de itabo or flor de sote. And this is typically a little bit bitter, but if you use the outside of the flower and the young buds, it's less bitter. The bigger flowers, the inside part is the most bitter. You can cook this directly, or you can boil it first if you want to reduce the bitter, but it's a great source of vitamin C, iron, and niacin. It's very healthy to eat, very typical in Central America. Then we're going to use some green beans and carrots cut up together with our yucca flower. These are the basic ingredients for our stir fry today, as well as homemade tofu. Now this tofu is quite fresh, but Nok likes to boil it sometimes because it improves the texture, and if she were to want to store it, it improves the shelf life in the refrigerator, but it really improves the texture of the tofu when she boils it before she puts it in there. It makes it almost like meat. Some vegans like to have some textures in their food that is reminiscent of meat. And so she's going to cut this and slice it up into more or less bite-sized pieces and get everything ready for making her stir fry. And to flavor this stir fry today, of course, a little bit of lemongrass stem will be used, fresh green peppercorns, kaffir lime leaves from our garden, and turmeric from our garden as well, some red onions and garlic, dry chili as well as fresh chili. So this is the basis for the flavor of the dish. She's going to prepare everything in smaller pieces so it can go into the blender. Typically, also, this dish would include galangal, or yellow ginger, which we can't get here in Costa Rica. If you're lucky enough to get galangal, you're going to want to have a little bit of that in this mix too. So she's just going to cut everything up, get it ready to go into the blender, and make a kind of sauce. So everything will go into the blender except for the kaffir lime leaves, which are just going to be chopped up a little bit. They'll go right into the pot later, together with the green peppercorns. And all the other flavor ingredients are going to be blended for the sauce that Nok's going to make as the base of this stir fry. Okay, so now we have our sauce and we have all of our ingredients ready, chopped up, ready to go. Let's start cooking it. The first thing, a couple tablespoons of oil, and let's start cooking the sauce in here. Nok is going to cook this sauce for only about 5 minutes or so before she starts to add in the other ingredients. She's going to be adding in the carrots and the green beans so that they can start to become tender. And then she'll add in all of the other ingredients as well, the yucca flowers. I always want to say yucca. Yucca and yucca sound the same in Spanish, but this is yucca, not yucca, which is cassava. So she's cooking all of these together, getting the flavors to blend up in there. And now she's ready to add in a little bit of her tofu that she's cut up, pre-boiled and cut up. And last, then she's going to put in the green peppercorns and the kaffir lime leaves to get those flavors blending in. This is what really makes it interesting. That chili and the green peppercorn has a combination of spiciness which really can't be found anywhere else outside of Southeast Asia. Typically, this dish will be cooked until a little bit dry. We like it a little juicier, combines nicer with the rice. Add a little salt. For non-vegan or non-vegetarian versions, this dish might typically include chicken, pork, or shrimp as well. If you go to a restaurant in northern Malaysia and you order this one, Phed in Thai language, it will typically come with pork or chicken, sometimes shrimp. So now it's lunchtime. This just looks great and smells great, is so healthy and delicious, served with white rice. So if you enjoy this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much. Bon appetit.